7 years ago, set out to start a foundation in Lagos and in Ondo. We call it the Bridge of Hope Foundation. And we started what we call food bank. Every month we distribute 20 bags of rice, 5 bags of beans, and other food items. We did that for over 2 years, and I check our data. I discovered that the same set of people that were on our list every month, they are still the same set of people, they were coming back. So I said to myself, Femi, we need to change strategy. I need to give us this background to let us know that average philanthropists in Nigeria, politicians, name them, this is the same approach they use to what we call empowerment or support. This approach has been going on for years. And I'm bold to say this approach is not effective and it is not working. Now let's go back to the business of the day. Is industrialization a good thing to venture into? Let me see if I can share my screen here. Sorry, sir, Amma.
Sorry, just a minute.
1 minute. Let me try.
Yes, let me.
Okay. You need to enable.
Let me enable you, sir. Hold on, sir.
All right, sir.
Yes, you can go ahead.
All right, sir. Let me try again. Okay. Okay, sir. Can we all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, yes, all right, sir. So I don't want us to now with 200 million dynamic population, largest in Africa, surrounded by over 100 million. So if you're talking about the population of Nigeria, you're not talking about Nigeria alone, you're talking about the Republic of Benin, you're talking about Cameroon, you're talking about Niger. Altogether, we're looking at 300 million. So the question for me is this, out of these 300 million consumer that we have, how many of what we are consuming are we producing in Nigeria? And the answer will shock you, less than 10%. Now, one thing I want us to get here tonight, or to be in our takeaway, is that there's huge potential in manufacturing sector in Nigeria. Let me give you this example. Now, I was going to Nigeria 20 days ago on a Boeing 747 of 412 passengers or so. And when we landed at Muritala Mohammed Airport, I counted, I do this always just to back this kind of point up. I counted over 100 foreigners, India, Chinese, Lebanese, coming into Nigeria, not that they are returning for the first time. And this has been the pattern. They keep moving in. And yet we are complaining that Nigerian is not good. This is not, things are not happening. Okay, another good example is when I cited my first production plant somewhere in Ikorodu, is people call that place Odonguyan. In Odonguyan, if I'm not exaggerating, in Odonla, we have like, let's say, 80 companies around that side. And I could tell you categorically that over 60 of those industries were owned by foreigners, especially the Indians. All the iron metal factory in Odonguyan are owned by Indians. So the question again is, do we have such opportunity in Nigeria? And the answer is yes. Do we have opportunity? Yes. Do we have challenges? Yes. So the question is, how do we solve those challenges? I tell people this, and those that care to do the study can follow through. I was in China in 2014, precisely in a city called Rian City. Rian is very close to Wenzhou. Wenzhou is a big city. The guys here are doing well. And few guys in Wenzhou came together and said, okay, Rian is not developing. We are taking our factory, industry, back to our home. Rian is a village, back to our home village. That's in Rian City. That happened in 2014. So I gave out to Rian in 2017, and I couldn't believe my eyes. So 3 things that happen with industrialization. One, it opened the entire place up for opportunity, right? Rian used to be a village, but now Rian is becoming one of the major cities simply because few people came together and said, okay, we are taking our industry, we are taking our money back to our village. So the issue of opportunity, if we start talking about it from now, maybe for the next 20 minutes, 1 hour, we still be talking about massive opportunity there. I did a research on plastic just a few months ago. We discovered that 90% of plastic that we use in Nigeria, I mean plastic, I'm not talking about sophisticated product, plastic, nylon bag. 90% of nylon bag that we use in Nigeria are produced by foreigners. Yes, some of them are Nigerian, the Indians, the Chinese, the Lebanese. The remaining 10% is what we are sharing among ourselves and few players. What other benefit does industrialization bring on board? Solve the issue of insecurity. Industrialization solve the issue of insecurity. I was listening to Kunle Shoriyan's last message again during the platform, and he said the brain gain that everybody is complaining about, the Nigerians are jack, but it's actually a benefit in which I agree with him. But how is it going to be beneficial to us if we don't tap into this kind of opportunity? People are sending money home, yes. Maybe people are doing the same thing that we started some years back that we can't continue again and dashing people free money. Whereas if we bring all these funds together, we can actually do something great with that.
That's correct.
Yeah, are you hearing me, sir? I hope I'm...
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I was talking about opportunity. Last few months, we opened a small industrial hub in Ondo. And how do we came about this idea? It's very simple. Each time I travel to Ondo, my weekends, anywhere I parked, especially if you drive car around, anywhere you park, you see 2, 3 people knocking at your window. Sir, please, we want to hit this. Even those that know you one-on-one, you find them in your house. And I said to myself, yes, we can't continue like this. So I have to talk to the Obas and some few elders in the community that, see, we need to create employment, and we can't wait for government. We can't keep waiting for government to do everything. And they were asking, okay, what's your own plan? What's your own approach? So all I need is just give me go ahead to do this. And I have the nod from the KBAC and all the chief. And it's very simple. The idea is very simple. We got a land, we approach government. So we want to do this land. This is your job. We just need you to provide the basic infrastructure for us, access road and electricity. And I begin to talk to few indigenous of Ondo. Okay, if you have 10 million, yes, your 10 million may not start a factory, but 10 million times 10 is 100 million. With 100 million, we can set up a plastic production that we employ 51 people per shift. And if you have 2 shifts, that's 102. And just like that, the zone is running as we speak. Let me not waste much of our time. I will just run through the challenges. Why is it that people don't want to come and invest in Nigeria? Why? Why is it that some of us, we have the resources, we have the money, but the fear of, let me say it in Yoruba, what Ijona said, Ijona, we try a few things and we say to ourselves, enough, I'm not doing anything with Nigerians. I have one-on-one personal experience that I've seen guys from diaspora coming to set up business in Nigeria. Let me use a sample of one man from Benin that came to Lagos and set up a plastic manufacturing company. So when I got to know, when they invited me, they set it up already, it's running. So when I got there, I told them, guys, this factory will not last 3 months. It won't last 3 months. One, wrong location. Two, the person that is managing the business is junior brother to Giona. And I told them that this won't last. And it's just a matter of time. In less than 6 months, they packed up. So what are the challenges? Why are people running away? Yes, the issue of trust, the issue of management, the issue of, yes, you may say capacity of our people. Now, what's the way out? What's the way out? For example, what we are doing in Nigeria presently is that we set up a management company, what we call business development and management department. We help people to set up industry. We install CCTV in that industry. You have access to everything that is going on in that industry. It's yours, it's your money, but we will not allow your family to run it for you. We have percentage of that business. We run it and you take your money. Now, all these challenges that we're talking about here, it is resolvable in a way if only we can follow the process, if we can follow the professional advice. So I will leave that for now. What's the way forward? I think I have less than 5 minutes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, sir.
Please just go ahead. Just go ahead and round up. Don't worry.
All right.
Just go ahead. Take your
All
time.
right, sir. What is the way forward for us? What is the way forward? To overcome this challenge strategy, including selecting strategic business location, and that is what we've been trying to do. You can't wake up that you are coming to Nigeria to set up business and you pick your fatherland that is somewhere that don't have access to 33 kVA line, or the land that you bought somewhere and decide that, okay, you are going to set your business up there. It won't fly. Those are the things that kill businesses around here. So what we've been trying to do to work with state, with federal government, with individual, it's at least to have one economic zone in the state, at least one. I know some state that is having like 3, like Ondo now we're having, this is the 4th one that we are doing Ondo. Lagos have like 20, 30 industrial area in Lagos that even with this challenge of power, you still have minimum of 18 hours. 18 hours in Lagos. In Odonguyan, for example, they have 24 hours, 7 days. They only off their power on Sunday, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. just to maintain the turbine, and Sunday evening is on back. So we have such zone around Nigeria, especially in Southwest. Now that's one. Professional management practice. This is the main challenge. I don't believe it's about money. Yes, we may say funding is another problem, but beyond funding, it's about management. Those businesses that we are setting up, who is managing it? Are we bringing family in? It's in about familiarity. Yes, my brother is there, my sister is here. We can't continue that going forward. Now, technical expertise, if we have a deeper understanding, I don't think it's a problem either. we set up an ethanol plant somewhere in Ore. While we were buying the equipment in China, I discussed with those guys, hey, guys, this is machine that worth over $30 million. All I need from you, yes, we pay you, but we need you to send your guys down to Nigeria for 2 years. 2 years of training our guys and transferring those knowledge back to them. See, let me shock you, sir. They didn't spend up to a year when our guys have captured everything about that refined plant. Less than a year. So when we're talking about technicality, it's not that our guys are dull. They have this idea they can do it if only we put them right. And last one I would like to talk about is funding. Yeah, setting up industry is not cheap, I'll say. But what's the way out? How does this India and Chinese do it? I learned something from Indonesian Kenda Industrial Park. This is what they do. The same thing in China too. In Linyi, we have guys in the same community this time around. I'm talking about affiliate. It could be group. It depends on the kind of community that you belong to. This guy will put funds together, crowdfunding, and they will pick the best among them, sometimes 3 to 4, and send them to Nigeria. They send them to Nigeria to come to Nigeria to set up those industry. They set up those industry, they make money, and they move their money back to Indonesia. Kenda, today they have their own massive industrial park in Indonesia. I was shocked that when they were telling me that some of their first production line were actually in Nigeria. So if Indonesian, Lebanese, Chinese could do crowdfunding, what stops us? What stops us? Why can't we do the same thing? I'll stop here for now, sir.
Thank you so much for that powerful session. So fellow Rotarians, can we just please unmute our mic and just make a round of applause for our guest speaker for that resounding session? Thank you so much for that powerful session. I'm waiting for us to unmute our mics. If you can't clap, please do clap.
Thank you so much, sir.
To say thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for that insightful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Because of our time, I know that we'll have 1 or 2 questions. I definitely know, because I have one question as well. You know, while you were speaking, sir, I mean, that was very incredible. I had to take note of 1 or 2 things. I didn't know you were going to speak on funding, because it was major in my mind. As I'm going to see funding going to be discussed, and you know, you really touched on that. And so that I've taken 1 out of my question away, but I have 1 more. But okay, so that I don't prioritize my own question, I would like to know if we have any question from any Rotarian. Please, you can unmute to say it, but you can also drop it in the chat room, just so that, you know, I can read it out very quickly for our guest speaker. If you have any question, please do write it in the comment section, or you can also blink your mic and we'll give you a chance to quickly ask the question. But while we're, you know, waiting, I will just go ahead to ask for mine. You know, when you mentioned the session, you also heard from Kunle Shomriyan, and I was thinking about collaboration between the government and the private sector, and also even the educational institution. I personally think it is very vital for industrial development. So in your own opinion, sir, and in your experience, how can we foster, you know, stronger partnerships that can ensure that, you know, all of these entities are working together harmoniously?
I actually understand you and I get your point. But if we keep waiting for this institution to be fully on board, we won't move. We won't go anywhere. Yes, I understand we need government collaboration, like what we did in Ore. We approached those state governments. Yeah, we know governor will tell you, Accredited will tell you, we don't have money. Okay, we don't need your money. All we are asking for, 1, is land, then give us security. Now we have guys outside Nigeria that want to bring funds to Nigeria, but they are afraid that, okay, what if and this happen? So we set up a kind of a bond-like insurance. Said government will give you guarantee, not guaranteed that you can take to bank, but guarantee that we secure your fund. So that's where government comes in, and we've been talking to different state governments to embark on this kind of approach. The second thing is, okay, government should be able to do some basic infrastructure. If some group of people come together, that's okay, we want to open an economic zone here. Like what they did for us in Ondo City. They are giving us 4.9 kilometer road, and they are giving us 4.9 33 kVA electrification down to the same fillet that we open. So those are the area that we can bring government in. But if we keep waiting for them, nothing will happen.
Powerful. That is really powerful. Thank you so much for that response. Fellow Rotarians, do we have more questions? If we have any more questions, please, you can blink your mic. I see 1 or 2 mics unmuted. I don't know if you want to speak. Rotarian, ma'am, I don't know if you want to speak. Oh, Rotarian Blair, please, over to you. I see your hand.
Thank you. Nigeria, National Geographic estimated in April of this year would grow from 224 million people by 2050 to 375 people, almost doubling, and become the 3rd largest country in the world population-wise. All of that presents vast opportunities. Many of them are involved with land. If you can get hold of any land, go get some land. The other thing is that Nigeria spends $200 and something billion on importing food and other sustainable things for food and eating. But if you can find a way to build a farm or do something like that, it's a huge opportunity. So I think if you go into land or into farming or to following the doctor's advice about trying to find some way to do things within the country rather than waiting for other people to come, because they will come, but they will also come with their hand out, We'll do this if you'll do that. You'll be much better off to do it yourself if you can. I yield.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rotarian Blair. Thank you for that. Thank you. I don't know if you want to respond to that, Dr. Femi.
I actually get his point, and he's just saying it the way it should. If we don't take the opportunity that is available, others are coming in to take it. But if we take it, we get others to come in more, because they see that, okay, you are ready to take risk. If you drop 100, I may drop 500. But when we are not ready to drop anything, when we are not ready to take the risk, when we are not ready to invest in our own country, you see people that are investing, they know where to invest and they know how to take their money out as quickly as possible. And when they do that, Nigerian economy shake. We know what happened during the 2023 election. Few months before the election, these guys were taking their money out. But if it is Nigerian money, you invest your money in Nigeria, your money stay in Nigeria, the economy is doing better, you too, you are making good money.
Powerful. Thank you so much for that. So we can take one more question, and then we'll call the session a wrap. Rotana Jago says, please, how can we navigate the hurdle of political will on the part of our government institutions, in bracket, the politicians?
That's a big question.
Yes, sir.
That's a big question. That's why you need to minimize your risk when it comes to government. I work with Nigerian government, but what I do is that I don't give them that opportunity to take over my business. Like what we are doing, although they have 20% stake, but your 20% stake, you can't determine what is going on within a bank. Yes, we want government involvement, but we don't want government involvement in other way. So limit your their contribution in whatever you are doing. Don't depend fully on them. There's no way you can do business in Nigeria without playing around Nigerian politics, but just know your limit. That's what I'm saying.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Do we have any other question? I don't think so. I think
so let me just quickly chip in. Okay. Yes. Before it's just a kind of question. So on our regular gathering on Clubhouse, first of all, before going there, I must say thank you once again, Dr. Femi, for coming around and throwing this up to us. There are a lot of us that some are in Nigeria, some are in African countries, some are in Europe, and we have some in America. So we're scattered across the globe. And the issue of industrialization in Nigeria is something that it's a top priority for us. And you can hear, we all heard what Rotary Blair, the analysis he gave. And something is we have to equip ourselves. We have to, make ourselves prepared for that challenge. So one of our in one of our gatherings we have on Clubhouse, which myself and Richard and Blair, we are always there every weekend on Saturday. We had a discussion whereby a Rotarian friend from Illinois, from Chicago, talked about the issue of using all these waste products like our poly bags, like all these bags we use in Nigeria, one to generate energy, and at the same time to generate a lot of things that can be used for. So you see that those waste material that in Nigeria, how we do it, we just treat as somewhere around the house, just heap of huge stuff there. We're messing up the environment. Yet those things can be used to benefit the economy, can be used to be reproduced and things like that. These opportunities as well that we Nigerians can key into. These are raw materials that is going to scratch. They are all there. For those people picking the materials, provides a job for them, and for those even refining those things to make it comes so it keys into the vision which you are selling now. And I think part of the project where I think it should be an idea that can also, when you are selling that idea that, I can link up with our friend, our Rotarian friend, who is because he's interested in coming to Africa. He's interested. But the fear is that coming to Nigeria, you want to make sure it's secured. And we as Nigerians as well, if someone is setting that aside, we can also key into that vision, right? So one thing is, partnership. Not only within this Nigeria, we have somebody who are foreigners who want to I want to partner with you. We need that trust. We need the confidence to be there. That they've tried it elsewhere. Like I have a Rotarian friend as well who goes around countries, on the philanthropic stuff, doing things around. But at the same time, moving luggages around and stuff like that, he has a lot of wealth of experience, means a lot of things, Now, coming back to Nigeria, my home, sometimes I was like, I'm not in Nigeria, right? But it's difficult to say, okay, I have a friend that is in this, I want to partner with it because I am not there, because I can only speak for myself, But somebody you said for the last 10, 20 years, you cannot say what they are, that kind of thing. It's something as well we as Nigerians, like, at least we must redefine ourselves, and have another vision. We're talking about this industrialization of a thing that we're actually looking to deeply. You said it. We should take ownership of this and not allow people to just come and. So we are the one to be, we have this. Can you keep it there? We're not start doing the evaluation, right? Your message opened a lot of things in me, and I begin to see, some of the things that I have witnessed, I have listened to, and friends. I mean, this is a good opportunity. I'll say once again, I'll say thank you from my side. I'll say thank you for at least for opening my my brain, my thinking, my thoughts. I'll say thank you for that. Richard Timmy, I yield the mic back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, my president. Once again, we want to say thank you, to you, Dr. Femi, for an amazing session today, for all that you've taught us, and you've inspired, you've motivated us with your words and all that you've shared. We're also extending our gratitude for igniting a fire, because now we're seeing that we all have a part, to play. Your expertise, your vision has shed a light, and we can see that it's not just about what others can do or what the government can do in the advancement of our beloved nation. We are also seeing that we also have a stake in it, right? It has educated us tonight, compelling us to be proactive in also driving the change and the progress. And we assure you as a club, as a people who have listened to you, that we will carry this touch of inspiration forward, of course, and we will strive in our own spheres of influence, in our mountains of influence, to carry on that beacon of hope that there is a solution, and then we'll begin to drive those same initiatives that you shared with us. And if there are future opportunities, just like the president said, for collaboration, of course, will always be in your DM or your email. And so once again, on behalf of the club, on behalf of the president, we say thank you for being with us tonight and for delivering an amazing session for us. Thank you, sir. Over to you, my president. You are muted, President.
Oh, my apologies. Dr. Femi, do you have any response to that?
Yes, sir. My final word before I sign out.
Yes, sir.
While you were talking about opportunity, people that want to come and do things in Nigeria. Let me just say this as a kind of advice. Please, whatever you want to come and do in Nigeria, make it local. If you're talking about recycling in US, in UK, in Switzerland, you can't carry the same approach. You can't carry out the same approach in Nigeria. That is one of the things that killed businesses in Nigeria. We are bringing something new from outside without considering the receiver. So whatever you are bringing in, you need to go local. How are they handling their own recycling? Don't import fresh idea. And I've seen people that brought a bakery all the way from US to Nigeria, everything from US. It won't work like that. So my advice, whatever you want to do, get the local coronation with whatever you are bringing in. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Femi. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We'll keep your words. This is recording and going to be posted on our YouTube so that Rotarians and friends can as well also listen to this from time to time, so that at least it can keep refreshing our brain. And then we also have the email for Dr. Femi as well. His contact, we can always reach out to him. He displayed the last time. I have it. The secretary as well has it, so we can always reach out to him from time to time. I want to thank you once again, Dr. Femi Akinkuebi, for coming to our club. We appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Over and out for now, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you. So we'll be sending a certificate to you for appreciating you as being a guest speaker for tonight. We'll send it through our contact. We send a soft copy, and at the same time, a physical copy will be delivered. Since you are in London, we have it delivered to you in London as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, sir. So next on our agenda, we have the club's report. Yes. Sorry, 1 minute, please. So far so good. We have been moving forward in this street, and everything is fine. Last week we had a very wonderful time with the kids, storytelling, and at the same time, we look at the district. Like this, we are done with the half our pay of RI dues. We've paid that to date. Now we're looking to pay the district due. Just clear it out. And I'll say thank you so much for all you are doing. It's been really, really wonderful. And at the same time, we are talking about our project. It's Roundtable here. Yeah, I know we discussed the last time with Rotary and Rotary Toyosi. I can see DG Amy. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. I can say that. Thank you so much for joining.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. And at the same time, I want to say thank you so much, Rotarians, for coming. Oh, Rotarians, I can see that you are available. We discussed a lot of things last time. I don't want to put you on the spot now, but until when you finalize your report. But if you have them to brief the House towards next month, that is fine. You can tell us, and if otherwise, maybe but next week you tell us. It depends on how convenient it is for you. But I want to thank you so much for what you are doing. And for this month too, we've not done bad. Tomorrow we are cutting the check for the kids. By tomorrow, by God's grace, we send the checks to the kids. We are all set. And at the same time, our sister club, New Lagos, they're having their installation by November. The IV is out, and one thing is, if you're around the Lagos, please let us plan to attend. And also, Richard Antemi's wedding is coming ahead as well. I think that is next month as well. please let us attend. For those of us in Lagos, let us grace her, let us all know her. He has been a wonderful person in the club. So let us try and be around with that. Once again, I'll say thank you, our friends from New Lagos, Rutuna Ferre, and the CP. I'll say thank you so much for coming around, for joining us. So let me give the mic to the secretary for tonight if we have any correspondence. Rutuna Blair, I want to say thank you as well for joining tonight. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. So, secretary, please, is there any correspondence, please?
The club president fully volunteers in civil service to run this to the club. Thank you.
All right. So
Okay.
for the, okay, is there any correspondence?
I said no any official correspondence.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. So one thing is, another thing is, please, wherever in your environment, if you find any, okay, thank you, Rotary. If you find any Rotary club, look for a Rotary club around your environment. Please, let's try to attend Rotary clubs around the environment. It's very good for us to build that network. To build that network is very, very important. So let us try to visit Rotary clubs around our environment to make friends and become the ambassador of these clubs to, spread that good message. Like I said earlier on, before I talked about the CP, let me officially once again thank Rotary Kefi from from Kenya, if I'm right, Rotary Kenya. Rotary Kefi, thank you so much for coming around. We appreciate you. We also want to say thank you to Rotary Adewale from Ibadan, Ologuneru. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have our retractors as well. We have Adikade. Thank you so much for making it up tonight. Of course, I know I'm seeing miracles there, but I don't know who's the miracle. Last minute miracles. I don't know who is that, but thank you, Mr. Our very good friend and brother, our brother Oladele Aogbemi. Thank you so much thank you for joining us tonight. Our very good friend Yewande Sonny, thank you as well for joining. So on that note, I want to tell you that the CP was made a member of the zonal polio committee. That's the polio. But let me hand over the mic to him to officially tell us, because just the inauguration today. CP, please, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Right.
Good
All right,
evening,
thank
the
you.
Rotarian President. Visiting Rotarians and our in guest conference. I'm not happy that I missed the lecture of this evening, but it was for higher assignments. I was nominated to join the committee to organize the Zone 1 Rotary Foundation dinner. And this is the news that is as hot as possible to be holding in Osogbo. We just decided like 10 minutes ago, and the date is November 18. So that is all I will just say for now concerning the program. It's a good thing on behalf of the club that I have been selected to act in a committee that we are just 12 in number. I see it as a privilege, and it's one of the results and the testimony of what we have been doing in this club, that we can select one of us to be sitting in that committee. So I want to say thank you to the president and everybody in the club. I'm making a commitment that I'm going to represent us very well. Thank you. I yield the mic.
Thank you, CP. And at the same time, I want to encourage Rotarians to please let us donate towards Rotary Foundation. It is very, very important. Rotary Foundation is just like a pot, just like a food bank, whereby we put in whatever we have to help. So in the case whereby people have issues, problem, grant, they need grant to execute project elsewhere, the food fund help us to execute this project. And at the same time, the polio, our signature project around the globe, is being solely financed through Rotary Foundation. A lot of things that Rotary Foundation is doing across the Rotary International world, that kind of thing, even to the outside world. So one thing is, the more we donate to that place, the more we have more money to help. And at the same time, tomorrow we can have a huge project like, the grants, to apply for grants. We can apply for grants via Rotary Foundation. We get money to execute our projects. I would say, please, Rotarians, if you are a Rotarian and you are not donating towards the Rotary Foundation, you're not yet a Rotarian. Yeah, I would say, like when I talk with my friend, I said, I could say it's such a respect, just Reno. That is Rotarian in name only, right? So one thing, if you pay your NAD, that is the standard. And the Rotary Foundation, no matter how, it's a heart of giving. Just put the pen in there. And if you can make it up to become a Polaris Fellow, you don't have to have the money at once. We can make it, gradually and stuff like that. You can become a Polaris Fellow, and Polaris Fellow Society, become a member, and major donor. Depends on how you want it, but at least a token. It's good to donate towards Rotary Foundation, no matter how small it is. So I want to encourage all Rotarians. So please, let's incorporate into us the habit to donate towards Rotary Foundation. So next on our agenda, I want to call our very good friend, Dr. Rotarian from Maryland, United States, Rotarian Olufemi, to please help us to take the object of Rotary. Rotarian Okwe, are you the mic, please?
Yeah, thank you so much, President. Our guest speaker, the president, all the presidents into this meeting, all protocols duly observed. I want to take the object of the Rotary. Object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster, one, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service, and two, the high ethical standards in business and professions, and the recognition of worthiness of all useful occupations and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve the society. And three, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. And lastly, the advancement of international understanding of goodwill and peace, and through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. And fellow Rotarians and President, that concludes the object of Rotary. I yield my mic.
All right. Thank you so much, Rotarian Okwe. Thank you. We appreciate that. Next on our agenda, we have the AOB. And is there any, before that, I want to, because I saw DG Amy, and please, I want to use the mic if you have to address us. I'm trying to scramble my head, but I want to say, Rotarian Shike. So DG Amy, please, I will have you to address the house so that we can, because I'm trying to scramble myself. Are you able to speak with us, sir? Oh, okay. So let me get Rotarian Shike, please.
Thank you, my president. Yeah, briefly, I just want to remind Rotarians, please, let's not forget our dues. Our dues, we need that dues, very important, because we need to pay for the district dues, which is important to us right now. As we all know, all eyes are on this club, and so far so good. We are doing amazing things. We are doing very well. So please help us to pay your dues. We have the opportunities to pay in bits, and if you have the money in full, please, this is just a soft reminder for you to please pay your dues. It is important. Thank you. I yield the mic.
Thank you so much, Rotarian Shike. Thank you so much. Do we have anything to discuss? Any other business to discuss? All right, yeah, DG Amy, please go ahead. You have the mic, please.
Thank you, President and fellow Rotarians. I want to first show my profound gratitude to all of you for what you do for the sake of humanity. I want to encourage you all to please continue to provide service for our people and the rest of the world. and also to show my appreciation to you all for choosing Rotary as your service organization to help the less privileged. Please keep it up and continue to create hope in the world. As we do that, I believe that we will be enriched as we create a better world for all mankind. Please remember also, in whatever you do, the easiest way and the fastest way to be poor is for you to be ungrateful. And the easiest way for you to get more and get rich faster is for you to show gratitude and appreciation for any little help you receive. So on that note, my parting words to you all is thank you and thank you. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you so much for encouraging us. We appreciate you. One thing that is the word. We all keep that, and at the same time, that's a very strong word. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate that. The time is fast spent now in Nigeria, and also some other part of Europe is fast spent. I want to ask my friends, my colleague, Rotaractors, do we have any information from your side? Rotaractors, do we have any information?
No, sir. No, there's information for now, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Rotaractors. So the next on agenda, we're going to have the toast. We're going to be taken by the Vice President and the President-elect, who also serve as the President-elect, Rotarian Ghanaian. But before then, I have this section to I want us to charge ourselves if possibly. It's not mandatory for this club, but at the same time, if we can, I want to donate towards charity. And today, join me if you are willing to, as Rotarians, to donate towards charity, because every day we do things and we do projects. So that's why the charity comes in. So hi, Rotarian of you, Benjamin, I'm donating some of 5,000 naira towards charity for this gathering. So I don't know if anybody wants to support me. That is if you are willing. We have just 2-3 minutes. You can put it in the chat if you want to donate towards charity. So Rotarian Ghanaian, I yield the mic to you, please, for a toast.
My Rotarian president, DG in the house, our Rotarian guests, fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, guests, friends, and family of all Aris. I remain Rotarian Ghanaian Tijani. I'm being called upon to give toast. I want everybody to get our some ready. Get that glasses by your side. Fill it with wine, but don't fill it with imaginary wine. And if it's the imaginary wine that will do, let's accept it in faith as we give toast to the visiting Rotarians in our midst. So everybody join me to say, long live our visiting Rotarians.
Long live our visiting Rotarians.
From there, we move to our Rotaractors. They are partners with Rotary. And with them, we believe sky is beyond our limits. Long live to all Rotaractors in the house.
Long live our Rotaractors in the house.
Special toast to our guests. Without them, we can't do it alone. Rotary doesn't exist in isolation. The support of friends and families. So on that note, we'll say special toast to guests in the house. Thanks for joining us. Long live our guests.
Long live our guests.
Then to that special country that brings you and it brings every one of us here together on the template on which we are operating as a Rotary Club of One Nigeria. to that country that is still striving and standing despite all loss. We'll say long live Nigeria.
Long live Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yeah. And lastly, special toast to that noble club that brings everyone together, that has permanent seat in United Nations, and that exists all worldwide. Let's say, long live Rotary International.
Long live Rotary International.
I yield the mic, my president.
All right, thank you so much. May I ask the DG to give a response to those toasts, please? All right, CP Agbola, are you still available? Oh, okay. All right, the house is counting tonight. Anyway, thank you so much, fellow veterans, guests, and friends. It's been a wonderful night. And one thing is, we have our stewardship report. Can we have the club admin? She's still available, Rotarian Rhoda. Rotarian Rhoda, are you there? All right, Secretary, please, can you help us, please?
Okay, the President, Board of Directors, fellow volunteers in service to humanity, our visiting Rotarians, stewardship report of today's fellowship. We have 26 in attendance. The Rotaractors, I could count up to 3 guests, about 4 visiting Rotarians. Quite diverse number is from the club's member. On the aspect of income, from the charity donation so far, we have the sum of 12,000. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Rotarian Ajagumam, for that. So, I mean, for now, since we don't have any other business to discuss about, we need to move the motion for adjournment of this fellowship to next fellowship, whereby we'll be having a special section, which will be presided over the vice president, being the fellowship, the last one for this month, and it's going to be a special section as well to do. I mean, that's the one for the 3rd quarter. So we're having the vice president be taking charge of that. We also have charity from Rotarian. We also have charity from Rotarian Tijani, 5,000 from the DG. We have 3K, so we have roughly 20,000 for tonight for SA. Thank you so much. So, in that light note, should we have a motion for adjournment? Can somebody help a Rotarian? Please help us move for adjournment.
My president, fellow Rotarians, I, Olushike Onofowoko, hereby move the motion that we adjourn this meeting, same time, same venue. Thank you.
Till when? Rotary Shike till when? Next 2 years?
Next week.
Next week. Thank you. A seconder, please.
I, Rotary Adebola Karim Tinubu, support the motion for the adjournment of the next meeting till next week.
All right. Thank you so much. So one thing I sent, there's a link being sent around on our chat. Please help us to fill that link, We don't have to send appreciation for our meetings, to send letters to say that, say thank you for attending our meeting for tonight. Please help us to fill that on the chat so that so that we can have our club documentation completed. Also, thank you once again, everybody, for tonight, making up tonight. We appreciate you all, though we're little beyond our time. But I also thank you all for staying to this late, for this hour. We say thank you so much. Same time next week, let us meet here for another fellowship. If you are as a visitor, as our guest, if you're opportune, please feel free to join us next week, same time, and then so that we can discuss more about Rotary, and then to see how we're going to look into the next month, which is for community development and and economic and community development towards next month. And then we should have an itinerary of what the director has for us by then. So I'll say thank you once again. Thank you so much. It's nice to see you. I'm wishing everybody all the best in a new week. I'm wishing you more money, more prosperity, blessings, in your job. We want to see you again, because the more you have money, the more you can help. You can help the needy. So I'm wishing you all the best in the coming week. Thank you so much. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And also thank you to all our guests for making it up today. Thank you. And have a wonderful week. Thank you. So the meeting is now closed officially.